To day 46 of my 1,000 mile solo run across Nepal. Another motorway day. It's going to be motorway all day. Not the nicest. There's every bus and lorry that, well, most of the bus and lorries that go past are just spewing out black smoke. It's a very narrow ledge. On the left is just a drop down to the river, and on the right is motorway. I wanted to take a video of these guys working, but I felt a bit uncomfortable just doing a video from the road. And as I was up on the road, they actually stopped me and said, take a video. So I did, and I've come down to say hello. Heavy. There you go. I thought it was going to be a fairly boring day along the motorway, and then I had my go at, I don't know what it's called, rice beating maybe? It happens to be harvest time at the moment, so when I first started my run it was still monsoon, everything was lush green, and during the time I was here the rice has matured. It's gone from green to yellow to brown. It's started to dry up, and as you saw there, it's time to harvest. So it seems like they've chopped all the rice out a little while ago, let it dry a little bit, and then to get the actual little bits of rice off the plant, it seems like they just whack it. And the first whack, it gets out most of the rice. You start off with a bunch that feels quite heavy, and you just hit it once and most of the rice is gone, and then after that a few goes on a rock just to get the last grains off. Encounters like that I just think are great in terms of win-win for both people. You know, I try to stay away from kind of touristy situations, and if this was a tourist area they wouldn't be as genuinely kind of happy to have someone interact with them. They'd want money for it, which is fair enough. You know, if that's kind of like how they want to supplement their income, then fair enough. But if you go to an area where they're not used to seeing tourists, and obviously it's nothing special about me, you know, to them, they probably enjoyed that encounter simply because they're not used to seeing a tourist. You know, it's just something different, something out of the ordinary. Nothing special about me, you know, it's just the situation. So they genuinely got something out of it. You know, when I was there and I was trying to beat the rice myself, they were taking photos of me, you know. They obviously didn't ask for any money from that interaction or anything like that. They got something out of it, I got something out of it. It's win-win both ways. And I think that's what you get if you visit areas that are really not touristy. I think if you travel outside of the usual kind of paths, you can get something really special. And it might not always be visually appealing or something really spectacular like an incredible temple or something like that, but it's still the natural beauty is there. It's everywhere. It's just getting to it, but it's really worthwhile. And obviously the journey itself is really interesting as well. Here you can kind of see the rice at its different stages quite well. So here it's still growing, but it's kind of started to turn yellow, started to dry up, because obviously we're well into the dry season, so the rice is no longer covered in water. The rice here has been chopped and it's just been laid out. Obviously it's chopped, it's cut off the supply from the root, and it's growing very yellow like straw. It's just drying in the sun, and I think at this stage, or a little bit later, that's when it's ready to just beat the rice grains out of it. Today's actually been a pretty good day, considering when I set off I thought I was just going to follow the motorway and that was it. I had a great encounter with the people beating the rice, and again just now with some farmers that were just chatting by the path. It really helps my kind of very limited but better than zero knowledge of Nepali. Basically, you know, I meet a group of people. If I can just say a few words in Nepali, instantly that kind of breaks the ice. Everyone kind of has a laugh, has a smile about it, and it helps to actually understand. You know, some people, their English is very limited, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm hearing words that I recognise and I understand what it's saying, and either I know how to reply in Nepali, or at least I can then, knowing what they're trying to say or ask, I can reply using kind of sign language. There was just a great moment just back then. One of the farmers, he was trying to explain to me that he's a farmer, and he was trying to show me his crops, and I showed him the video of me beating the rice, and hopefully people can just see that I really appreciate this country. I really am enjoying it, and I'm trying to get involved as much as possible, not just kind of running through taking photos, but taking the time out to speak to people, ask questions, see how they're living, you know, what kind of things they get up to, what do they do for work, and I hope that comes across. It seems to with some people. A lot of people really react very warmly. In a hotel, which is really nice. It seems to be newly built, nice and clean, and I'm just having some food and treated like a bit of a celebrity around here. Here's the owner of the hotel, and I've had loads of photos taken, lots of questions and interest in the run. I'm just about to have some food.